Morning,
Hello.
everybody.
Morning.
Hope you're all doing well. Monday morning.
Here we are.
Here we are. I can't remember the last time we missed a Monday morning.
We have a serious streak going right now.
Uh-huh.
We should look back. How far do you think it must be March, no?
Well, it's certainly pre-lockdown. Must be.
Yeah.
We've done one every Monday, certainly since then. I can't think of one we've missed.
It's pretty good.
It's good. This is a routine.
It really is a
It
routine.
really is.
Start
Hope you
my-
guys are all
start my
doing
week.
super well. Hope you all had a good weekend.
What were you up to?
This weekend, played golf yesterday.
Decent?
Aye.
You're not stoked
Oh,
on
it's
it,
good.
but-
It's
What'd you
kind
shoot?
of the same stuff. Shot one over.
Okay. That's not bad.
It was fine, but I played probably better than that, and just finding ways to
Putts?
not get.
No
putts
putts?
was okay. Joe, it was two par fives. Second hole at Brampton, nice kind of dog leg right. I had a 5-iron in for my second shot, hit it absolutely perfect, and then it get this 20-yard left bounce into a pond. I mean, you couldn't.
Oh, into
believe
a
this.
pond?
Into
Oh,
a pond.
geez.
So
See,
I got
that's not
drop,
good.
and on 17, tried to lay up short of a creek and hit it too good into the creek.
Went into the creek.
That was it. Two
Oh
balls.
dear.
Aye.
So you would have been like 3 under.
I would have been just fine.
Oh boy.
Yeah. How'd you play?
Had a good round yesterday.
Nice.
A little 1 under at the course
Nice,
yesterday.
nice.
So I'm trending well. That was
Atta
good.
boy.
Lesson with LC on Thursday, so I was
Feeling it?
hitting it good, yeah. Hitting it good.
Well, little heads up for you guys. We're heading outdoor tomorrow for our first outdoor
We have
excursion.
a tea time.
We have a tea time and a
Bright and
official
early.
tea time. Yeah. So we've not done any outdoor stuff in, well, PJ Show would be the last time in January.
Yeah, we haven't done any this season in our home and native land.
No,
It's just at the show.
And even at the show, realistically, we never really.
We didn't film around a golf,
No.
did we? No.
No, we just played at the Golden Bear.
The Golden Bear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that'll be the first filmed round of the year.
Phyllis is saying Mizuno 921 just announced.
Oh yeah?
Do you have them yet? I wonder if it was it announced.
I don't know. Let's not say
Well,
anything.
we do have them.
Let's have a gander. If it was official or if
I
it was
know.
a leak. Mizuno North America.
Let's have
Yep.
a little peek. Oh,
They did the Smokey video.
nice, I like that one.
Smoking iron.
Well, if that's the case, then it's
Well, do you want me to double check our embargo dates or no? You got an envelope of them.
well, if that's the case, Mizuno.
Forgive us in advance if this is wrong. No, it's today. They're in there.
Yep.
Lovely.
They're all in there. So today we have a super special guest coming in.
Tease this a bit.
I think we can let it go.
Yep, let it go.
We can. So we have an Olympian, a gold medalist,
Canadian hero.
Canadian hero. Yeah. So Mr. Donovan Bailey coming in for a fit today. We're going to do it on the channel. So I mean, I was a huge sort of athletics fan growing up.
96 was a wild year.
Yeah,
I remember
96
watching it.
was incredible. I mean, around that era, that was a real golden era for sprinting round about then.
Yeah.
That was really the kind of the Carl Lewis era into Linford Christie won in '92 in Barcelona. Donovan Bailey won in '96, and then it was a guy called Maurice Green who took it on.
Yeah, I remember that.
Then from there, I think Justin Gatlin won in '04, and then it was the Usain Bolt era
That's right,
after
yeah.
that for in the Olympics 08, 12, and 16.
Just
in
winning
Rio.
out every time, yeah.
Winning every single time. So yeah, just it's going to be great to have Donovan pick his brain, about that.
I mean, it's
Winning
a
an
wild
Olympic gold.
It wasn't just. And now I was reading up on it last night. Also, it's also that he set a world record for the 100 meter when he did it.
9.84. Yeah.
So it was double exciting because he got the gold and the record.
Yeah. No, it was.
He won 2 gold medals that year. Or he won the relay too, I think.
Yeah, they did. The Canadian team won the relay. They had another guy in the team who was really quick as well. I think he actually won the silver in 2000 in where was the Olympics in 2000? I think it was in Australia. But it was Bruni Surin was the other guy in the relay team who was exceptional. He won a silver that year.
But he's a golf enthusiast, to say the least. So he's
gonna.
What are we gonna do? A driver and some irons, or
I think
something
we're
like
gonna
that?
do some driver and some irons.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So I don't know what kind of golfer he is. I'm not sure.
That'll be good.
I'm expecting, as it generally goes with these guys. We are talking about Donovan Bailey, and Dave, Canadian gold medalist, 100-meter Olympic champion, coming in the studio today. But yeah, he'll be just a crazy athlete.
Yeah.
Probably not too much technique going on, but he'll just be kind of super athletic.
It will be a good one.
Aye.
All right. We are going to need to rip through some questions. Be a little shorter on the live today. We'll probably try to wrap up by 11 because we got stuff to do. So
all good.
Yeah, let's go. I'm going to start at the very, very top. Now I have to go back pre-start here, so I won't be able to put it up on the screen for probably 3 or 4 questions. But question number 1 was from Lloyd. Mm-hmm. Lloyd is watching in Australia, probably in the middle of the night, I think, 10, 11 p.m. So he was fit into MP20 SELs, KBS-C taper 130X. Okay, swings fast, obviously.
So I have a lag here. It's not coming up on mine at all.
No, it won't come up on yours because it's early. Yeah, it was early. No lefty option for an HMB 2-iron. Any suggestions to fill 4-iron to 3-wood gap? So basically it looks like he's looking for a driving iron.
Does it have to be an iron?
Maybe not.
I mean, hybrid would be the natural sort of recommendation, I would say. CLK, if you do want to stay with...
Unless he's spinning it too much, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I think I kind of found that CLK hybrid, especially since if you can turn it down a little bit, you can definitely get that as flat as you need it. Yeah, need it to be. That 19 can go down as far as 17 if you want.
If he's a driving iron person, maybe a little Titleist U500 or...
Yeah, that would be...
Tailor-made,
for the lefties, no P790.
No P790, so the Titleist is the option then. Mm-hmm. All right, Lloyd. Jonathan was just fit into Apex Plus irons. KBS. Okay, bad. Oh, he's got forearm pain and vibration. Yeah. Never had pain before. Suggestions.
Graphite.
Yeah, he's going to have to go graphite, no?
Graphite would be your best option. True Temper have the VSS vibration suppression system in their Elevate line, which is obviously going to try and do a little bit, but I think you're still dealing with a shaft that takes a little bit more vibration. So I think go try out some graphite.
Gotcha. Brian's basically asking about customers' budgets when they come in. I can probably answer this one. It's basically just saying if a customer gives you a budget to work within, how does that change the fit? I would say it's the best thing someone can tell you versus waiting to the end of the fit and telling you that what you fit them for is not something they can budget for. Yeah. So the more the better, really. I would assume the more you can be honest and say, I want to spend this exact amount. Then the fitter can just make sure they keep options that are actually going to work, not ones that you have to wait till next year to buy. No,
that makes absolutely perfect sense. Definitely not enough people do that. As part of our training with our guys, that they ask that as part of the discovery process at the start. So yeah, makes a lot of sense.
Gotcha. I'm going to see if I'm back. There was a lot of pre-chatter today, so I'm going to...
I'll grab one from Rafa while you're
doing that.
Please. Guys, love your work. 20 handicap, driver swing speed is at 114, so super quick. Can't hit a hybrid, miss it both ways. Looking for driving iron. Recommendations for my handicap. I think 2 that spring to mind would be the Strixon U85 and the Titleist U510. Both slightly more generous, a little bit more sort of forgiving in the ball speed stakes. So, aye.
Gotcha. Read this one from Drew.
Your dreams come true. You're playing with Tiger today. You go meet him and his flies down. Do you tell him? If so, how long does it take you to tell him? No, I don't tell him, no.
I don't think I'd tell him either.
No.
But I feel like that's wrong. You're doing him wrong by not telling him. It's like if someone has food in their teeth. You don't want to embarrass them, but you're embarrassing them more by not telling them.
Yeah.
It's a tough one.
It's a tricky one.
You might tell him.
I wouldn't tell him. Listen, Tiger. Fix yourself.
Just let him have his fly open and beat you by 15 strokes.
Exactly. I wouldn't say a thing.
It would
Hopefully my eyes wouldn't be sneaking down there anyway and even noticing that it's flushed down.
It's hard not to notice. All right, I think we're back to where I can put these on the screen again. Speed round begins now. Jeff Johnson. Soft step C-taper S plus in wedges. Which shafts for GSL? I don't know what that means, Jeff. Do you have C-taper S plus in your wedges already?
Okay, so Jeff's saying soft step C-taper S plus in his wedges. What shaft for his gap sand lob wedge?
Maybe he means his C-taper S plus is in his pitching wedge. Jeff, you may need to follow up on that one, but
I think he
sure.
maybe means that's in the irons. I think that's maybe what he means, and then he's just asking what to put in.
So what should he do for the rest?
I would put the same shaft in the gap wedge. So the same one as the irons, if that is a C-taper S plus.
Gotcha.
Wasn't a C-taper, so it's a 125 C-taper. Then you could, I mean, you've got a plethora of KBS options in there. You've got HiRev 2.0, you have KBS Tour 130X. What I would do is definitely go up in that weight, go up to the 130. So definitely.
We're officially not going to get through all these questions,
Wow.
so I'm putting that up. The pace is torrid today. We will not be able to keep up. Guys, hang on to them for next week. We are. This is a heavy, heavy week of questions. So if you put one in now, I promise you we will not get it. All right. I'll move this above our heads. From Shane, I hope I'm saying that right. Increasing swing speed from 101 to 108, would you create that need from S-flex to X-flex?
Depends if it stays there. That's the big key. I mean, if you go from 101 to 108 and it's in one session, the chances are it's like that inflated balloon that we always talk about. You know, it will go back down a little bit.
Yep.
So I would stay with S for now. You're not a natural X until you're kind of 108 to 112.
Gotcha. Makes sense. Okay, Ryan's asking, so an MCC plus 4 grip in standard, is it actually bigger in the lower section than a standard mid-size MCC, so not a plus 4? So does the built-up section make it?
MCC lower.
So think about, you've got plus 4s
So are
on
we
yours?
talking about standard versus a mid-size?
Yeah, but one's a plus 4, one's not. So the mid-size without the plus 4,
Mid-size without the plus 4, yeah.
is that?
It's not an exact science, but because it's not, we're not saying 4
Plus
wraps
4.
is a
It's
mid-size.
not actually 4 wraps.
Yeah.
So
No,
it would be
not exactly.
It wouldn't be exact. It would be
It'd
close-ish.
be fairly close.
But it kind of defeats the purpose. You want them to be less tapered,
Yeah.
Ryan. So if you prefer the less taper, then stick with the plus 4. It will be tapered in the mid-size. Okay. Speed round continues. Steven is ordering a Toulon San Diego. He says stability is better than stroke lab. No, not necessarily, but it's different. Is stroke lab better than a regular steel shaft? Depends on your stroke. Guys, again, don't put any new questions in. I see a bunch more coming in. We're not going to get to them, I promise you. Hang on to them. Hang on to them for next week, especially a super chat. There's no chance we're getting to them at this point.
Are we that deep into it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. There's a million of them, dude. Unless you want to give people
let's
10
go.
second
Yeah,
answer. I just want to give people decent.
It's early to call it off. It's only 10, 19.
If we have extra time, then we can open it up. Okay, so stroke lab versus...
Stroke lab is all about raising the balance point. That's really the bigger deal with stroke lab. It's not really about stability the way stability or the lab putters are. So very, very, very different in what they do. Not a lot of people talk about really, what the objective is with stroke lab, but I would say stroke lab is better than a regular steel, in my opinion.
Okay, that's interesting.
I think it depends. I mean,
depends on your stroke, I guess, right?
Well, it depends on your stroke, but it also depends. Like, is it just a regular putter shaft that's super, super soft, and it doesn't have any sort of technical sort of benefit, whereas stroke lab would definitely have some technical benefit.
Gotcha, makes sense. I swear I saw somebody. What did You see Charles Schwartzel's putter, that crazy head?
Yeah.
I swear he had some kind of a shaft in that. I didn't look closely enough.
Man, I mean, once you're using a putter that looks like that, and you've got a back strike, so you've got the kind of the head, the face is there.
Yeah, it's at the back.
The kind of the shaft goes into the back,
Yeah.
and then he's clawing it. It looks like he's arm lock clawing it or something. I mean, it just looks like there's all sorts going on.
There's a lot going on there.
Yeah, crazy.
Swing looks good though.
His swing does look good. I tell you what, very unconventional these days. That
He's very cupped, isn't he?
Very cupped at the top.
Yeah. What do you say though? He won the Masters like that, right? So what do you say?
I don't think he was like that when he won the Masters.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no. I mean, he looks like he swings it differently from I used to see him a little bit out, obviously out on tour and stuff like that. I think Schwartzel used to have the best swing out there. I mean, he was a +6 when he first turned amateur. I remember seeing him in the mid-2000s at Gleneagles. He just turned pro, and he had a phenomenal swing. But I don't ever remember his left wrist being that cuppy. I wonder if he just went through a little spell where he had the hooks and just kind of started to kind of weaken the club face a little bit and stuff.
You get afraid of hitting it left?
Yep. Royal's asking, are we going to get the Mura Jack Nicklaus editions in the shop? They're sold out.
Are they really?
They're all gone.
Was it limited run, no more?
Yeah, there was. I think there was a few thousand sets, right enough. It wasn't.
Wow.
It wasn't. Well, it was something
Maybe
like
1,000.
We had some customers inquire, and then we were told they were gone.
All right, well,
Good for them.
good for them. Keep an eye on the secondhand market, I guess, if you want them.
I know, that's so true. Yeah, you probably see them on eBay in a couple of weeks.
Jeremy is asking if he wins the big prize, chance he could put a word in with a fellow Scot, Iona Stephen, to join. Is she a LET player?
No, I think she's kind of new face to the Sky Sports commentary team. I hear her sometimes.
Oh, does she do the golf TV thing too, or is that somebody else?
She might have.
There's
done
a
that.
Scottish.
Kind of blonde. She's got blonde hair. Yeah, she's really good.
Maybe she does
She's
the golf
really
TV
good.
stuff too. Yeah, we'll put a good word in
We'll
for you,
put a
Jeremy.
good word with Iona.
We don't know her and she doesn't know us, but yeah, we'll put a good word in for you.
She's a big fan of the channel.
Yeah, for sure. 100%. Absolutely, she is. All right, from another Steve. You guys have any thoughts on the DM on a ZF?
Would love to see a video. We've hit the ZF many,
It's been
many
in videos,
times.
yeah. You like
Many
it.
times.
You like
Yeah,
it.
good video. The good shaft. It seemed like there was a bit of a gulf between DF and BF. I'm trying to think. Did Justin Thomas ever put it in the bag? I know he had it for a little.
Fairway or?
I think he was because he was playing the BF, the 60 TX for the longest time. And then he was trying to go into DF, and I think they found there was too big of a gap between those two shafts, and they kind of made the ZF as something in between.
Right.
We do okay with it. We don't sell tons of them.
Not cheap, is it?
It's not cheap.
Not cheap. All right. Paul's got a question about a reasonable amount of money to bring to a fitting, full bag, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Barring any of the crazy stuff, i.e. PXG and maybe some...
For a full fitting, unrestricted fit, I think...
if you want to splash out a bit.
Yeah, you're going to be around the $5,000 range.
American or Canadian?
Canadian.
Okay.
Yeah, Canadian.
So $5 American.
I know.
$10. All right. Okay, what are the different impacts of adding swing weight to different parts of the iron head? So 4 grams tip weight added to the shaft or lead tape on the head. CG impact.
It takes an awful lot of weight to move CG.
John's the one who sent you the
yeah,
grip.
yeah.
John, we're testing them today.
I know.
Jumbo Max is on the docket.
Right
Ultralight.
here, my man.
Thanks to John for sending those.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. We've been dying to test these for a while, eh?
It's enormous.
It's massive.
Luke says to me, he's like, what are those putter grips doing there? I'm like, no, let's go on a club.
Yeah. And tell you what, they're super light as well. Lighter than a regular Tour Velvet.
Would you say that they're ultralight?
No. Ultralight would be like 25 grams. These are...
I'm messing with you. It's called ultralight.
Wake
Wake up. What's the matter with you?
We're ready to go. So 46 grams. Huge, but lighter than a standard Tour Velvet.
It's just made of foam inside?
Aye. Just a really, really light rubber compound.
Looks like you could jump in the ocean, it would keep you afloat.
When you put it in the Bryson Club,
Yeah, we might as well, right? We might as well. Okay, so
Piggyback
sorry.
Bryson for a few,
I
few
know, yeah,
extra.
let's get a few more views at a Bryson. Okay, we're good on that? The lead tape thing?
Yeah, so not much of an impact on CG.
4 grams is not much.
No, no. Was the rest of the question, was there different impacts on swing
Basically
weight?
just saying versus...
Yeah, different parts. Obviously, you put it in the head, 2 grams moves the swing weight by a point. It takes 9 grams in shaft weight to move swing weight a point. It takes 4 grams in grip weight to move swing weight a point. So, yeah, depending on where you put it, it obviously has different...
be pretty subtle between the hosel and the toe of the club, though, in terms of a swing weight change. That'd be pretty...
wouldn't be...
Probably wouldn't
be
alter
massive.
it.
No, you need to move weight quite significantly relative to the overall mass. Lead tape's not going to...
Gotcha.
It's not going to move it an awful lot at all.
So Matt's asking about the LA Olis shaft. He's been to the 65X. What would be some similar shafts? So we haven't tested it much, Matt.
Yeah, don't have a bend profile for the Olis.
Yeah, I mean, I know everything they make is very much on the stiff side. So we are going to make that part of a shaft roundup later this year, Matt, so you just have to be a little patient.
Yeah, I think the Olis one, if I remember,
it's not the stiffest one.
Had a massive butt section.
Oh, did it? Okay.
I think so. I think there was one of them that was like 950 in the butt section, which is huge.
950. That sounds
huge.
Yeah. Big butts. All right.
Welcome, Elijah, to the membership. Hi. Welcome to the bronze membership.
Welcome, pal.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Paul's asking about. Boy, it's acronym city again.
Big TXS.
The acronyms are tough,
the
guys.
acronyms
are tough in the morning.
Just, yeah. So see if we can use words. I got 5 reps. I tried both.
Boy, get on this ball. My eyes.
They both felt too heavy. 5 grams was great. Used at the weekend. The best drive in 10 years. Strike was way better.
Okay.
Okay. Let's start again. Big thanks for the advice about...
Oh, okay. Because I was looking for a question and there isn't one.
Big thanks for advice about...
Cutting down. Adding head weight?
Head weight, cutting down shaft. Got 5 now, trying both.
Good.
Okay, so there's no question.
That's good. We appreciate it. It's just really hard to read, but I'm glad that worked out well for you. That's awesome.
Like a couple of old grandpas. What does that say?
I don't spend enough time on the internet, obviously, to know what all these things mean. All right. Christopher, thank you. That is it's my Christmas horse, as Jamie would call it.
Paul's saying they're not acronyms. He ran out of characters.
Well, yeah, I know that.
We got there.
I know why you're doing it.
We got there.
Christopher's asking if we can do a video about moving lead tape around the iron head to see if it affects the ball flight up and down. Yeah, we'll do a lead tape video eventually. Certainly.
An easy one.
I don't think it's going to move the ball flight, but we'll certainly do it.
Easy one.
All right, I will continue. Robert is going to get a Sim Max. Okay, slice, draw, working on that. Okay, so swing weight. Should I buy the draw head or get the standard? So it sounds like he's having a bit of a two-way miss issue. Should I buy the draw head or the standard and set it in draw setting temporarily? It's kind of tough to go just based on that, Robert. I mean, you may want to do that. But
yeah, it depends really what you want to do with the loft, Robert. You may find that closing the head on your Sim Max to try and change the face angle brings the loft up too much, and then you start kind of, get a ball flight that's not ideal. A little bit more weight in the heel side of the driver will help with that. So you can I've actually found that the draw head slightly open is still more draw biased than the Sim Max slightly closed.
Right, you said that.
Yeah, so it definitely depends what we need the launch and spin to do.
And in the future of it, if Robert wants to play a draw, always, then maybe the Max D is a good long-term choice.
Yeah.
But if he wants to be the safest, obviously the Max is the most neutral.
Aye.
David is asking if 3/4 inch shaft extenders in wedges will alter his yardages. I'm sure they probably would.
Yep.
Would also make the club more upright.
Make the club more upright, make the club heavier. They'll make could change your strike pattern, could change your club speed.
It may change everything, David.
May change
the
whole
literally
thing.
change the whole thing. So, in short, yes. Do you want one from the present? You go ahead if you want.
See if there's any good ones. Our pal Bobby in Ireland played yesterday, had a shank with a wedge, hit my bag in frustration with the wedge.
Yep.
Next hole, took my driver out, and
That
he broke
happens.
his shaft in half.
I've seen that.
It
I've
was
seen
a
that happen a lot.
DI.
Oi, €400. Have I done
Bobby,
it?
my man, that's an expensive list.
It happens to the best of us.
I know.
Who hasn't done that in their time?
Yep.
Brent. Brent is asking if you think other materials should be tried in iron shafts, i.e. Element 21 scandium. Think that or titanium would be revisited. Titanium shaft.
Titanium shaft.
Is that a thing?
Was.
What do you think is the next big leap material-wise? Is it just
I've
graphite?
said graphene for quite a long
graphene.
time.
Ooh,
Yeah.
graphene.
So
Gotcha.
steel, there's not too much that you can really do. People have tried mixing graphite and steel and actually sort of combining them, not just like a steel fiber, but actually building parts of it. The Hybrix shaft that Harrington used in his hybrid to win. I think he had it in the bag for both of his Open Championship wins.
Gotcha.
That was a mix of materials, but no, I don't see anything coming in the near future to change the game.
I mean, people haven't really fully accepted graphite yet anyway, so I mean, I think it's going to be a while before steel is even considered obsolete.
What generally happens with these things are there are materials that companies would rather use, but they're too expensive, and it becomes a game of how can we get access to those materials without your costs going through the roof.
It's the cost thing, yeah.
Remember, we were sitting with Tailway talking about Zatec, and that was the thing with them. They'd wanted to use that material in the face of that Sim titanium for the longest time, but they couldn't do it in a cost-effective fashion, and that was a bit of a light bulb moment for me to think, like, what else is there that they would like to use but they can't just because it's cost prohibitive?
You kind of wonder though, if there was something wildly better, would they just make it and sell it for a crazy amount of money as like a bit of a sort of marketing stunt?
It becomes a volume game at that point. So
It's not a win
is it
proposition.
even worth it?
Like, think about like a Bugatti loses money when they sell it. It's $1 million, but they lose money.
Yeah.
It's more just like they own Audi and Lamborghini and all this stuff too. It's kind of just like it has to be basically just like a marketing thing. Because why else would you sell a car that loses money, right?
No, exactly.
It would probably have to be I would assume it'd have to be like a super premium company that would do something like that. Because TaylorMade is a mainstream company. They're not going to make products that don't make any profit. It's not really a business choice. I got one here from Cody. Cody just bought an F8 Plus driver. He's been fighting a hook. 12 gram weight to the back, 2 gram forward helped a lot. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, lofting down to 8.5, yeah, it'll make it worse, no? Unless the face angle change helps enough. But a hook, if he drops the loft and drops the spin, might not be the best idea.
Yeah, less loft is not likely to help.
It would be unlikely, right? I understand the face angle might help a bit, but more likely the spin dropping by 500 is just going to make you quack them worse, I would think.
Yes.
That's what happens to me anyway.
No,
So
absolutely.
All right, Jasper, what putter has great sound and feedback, not too soft? Sound and feedback, not too soft. Okay, so stuff on the firm-ish side.
I think I think that Mizuno sounds really good. The M-Craft, I quite like the sound of the current Scotty line.
Yeah, I like it too.
Yep, they're subtly different.
Not too soft though.
No. I think some of the Bettinardi's actually sound fantastic.
Basically, most milled putters, like non-insert putters, generally speaking, are going to be what Jasper's looking for, I would assume.
Yeah.
Stay away from stuff with like polymer and stuff like that.
I really like.
Soft.
I really like. I used to really like a lot of the beach putters with the little kind of sound slot in them.
Yep.
I used to really like that acoustic.
Is that going
some
away
kind
as
of
a trend?
feedback. It seems like it.
Beachy.
Even row putters sound good.
Yeah.
I mean, any of the putters with grooves though, they're very, very quiet because the ball's hitting less surface mass.
That's
so
a good point.
You don't get as much audible feedback from that.
I didn't think of that. Yeah. half the face isn't even really hitting the ball, I guess.
That's the thing with grooves. A lot of people don't realise that groove is actually more about changing feel than it is about creating topspin.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So you soften the feel. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Tidbit for your day.
Love the sound of my Toulon.
Mm-hmm.
TXG putters are so good. They're also so expensive.
They cost many dollars.
8,000.
Is that what they
Canadian
are?
dollars.
$1,000. My God. Okay, Colin. Colin's planning to get fit for new hybrid and fairway, maybe a driver. Lovely.
Mm-hmm.
I'd want to buy used or 1-year models to save some money. Fair enough. How would I bring this up? Colin, you probably need to go somewhere that does that. So I'm assuming, just by chances you're in the States, you have to go somewhere like Second Swing that does that.
Yeah,
That's a good choice.
Mm-hmm.
Aside from that, you'd have to ask them to fit you to something close and then give you advice from there. I mean, I'd bring it up, but I think going somewhere like Second Swing is your best choice because they actually do keep the heads.
Mm-hmm.
I think for at least 1 or 2 seasons. Is that what they told us? Can't remember.
I can't remember either.
Something like that. That's your best option.
Yeah, and if you look at something like, if you go in the TaylorMade line, for example, year to year, sometimes the M4 and M6 don't change too much.
That's a
things
good point.
like that. So you can go in and try an M6 and sort of ask your fitter, say, well, I'm looking to maybe go spend a little less money. Would the M4 be an option for me? And
yeah, it's a good point.
To give you some
you ever get someone ask you
advice.
that?
Yeah.
So they still get a reasonable fit, right? Like if they said, I don't want to buy the Sim.
Still get the right specs.
Can I get the M5 kind of thing? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Nice. All right, from Ruben. How would you set up the lie angle of these wedges? Here comes some acronyms for you. These are dynamic lie numbers from TrackMan, okay. 58 and 54. 62, partial 67. Oh boy, it's all you, pal.
I don't know what all means. No idea. 54 O. Is that? Do you think this might be degrees?
Yeah, I think it's degrees.
54
So
degrees.
I think he's saying that those are the wedge lofts he has.
Yeah.
And his dynamic lie is 62 when he makes a full swing and 67 when he hits a partial. I hope that's what it means.
We're so bad at this.
I don't think we're bad at this. I think this is just like difficult. Ruben, let us know what you mean.
Dive into the non-super chat stuff. And
just fire us a message. We'll get it.
Yeah, maybe throw a.
Just clarify. We'll get it for you. We'll be on for a bit still.
That's so funny.
Okay, it's a day of codes.
So funny.
Okay, from Soren331. Playing at F9 with the hazardous smoke, 70 gram. Okay, 110 swing speed. Hits it left, toe strike, looking for more stability. Should I try the Ventus Blue Black? It's not the greatest out of the toe, that F9, to be honest.
No, it was never.
That might be your first issue. I don't think could the shaft help subtly? Probably not.
No.
I would look at a head.
I wouldn't. I mean, you're talking about there's some really expensive shafts in the Ventus line.
Spending $500 anyway, you might as well buy it.
You're going to chuck it, Yeah. $400 or $500 into something. I would not be putting my eggs in the basket of the shaft to help with a toe strike. That's for sure.
Have a gander at a on sale G410 maybe.
Something like that would be great. If you're hitting in the toe, we obviously, we see the, any head with twist face with a little bit of kind of, pointing that toe a little out to the right can stop the quacker, can offset your start line a little bit.
Your sim you have a toe side pattern, I guess, and it's good for you.
Super. I mean,
move the weight over there, and it's lovely.
The driver's so good.
How's your handicap with Arcos recently? Still
good.
Plus 10.
I think I'm a decent driver. I don't know what's going on.
Or are you losing balls?
No.
Okay.
No.
Are you keeping it? You're not like hitting under the trees. That's
plus
what good driving looks like.
Plus 3 driving.
Plus 3's good.
Yeah.
Chip it still needs work.
But I don't know how I can chip it better. I really don't.
Just chip it.
Just chip it. Nice shot.
So Garrett is that? I could just chip it.
So I don't know. Like I had a round the other day. I was plus 6.2 on chipping.
What did you shoot? 4 under. 2 under. Oh, with the 9 holes.
Yeah. And it was plus 6 on chipping, plus 5.8 on putting. It's like I don't know. Like I had
Well,
two
it's
birdies, no
it's
bogeys.
just you must not have gotten up and down as much as it thinks you should. That's all it must be,
Well,
right?
it's a bit harsh on me.
You're the one who sat here on the live and said you sucked at chipping, so you're not that bad.
No, I was more the Arcos data tells me something. I don't really think it's.
You just got a bone to pick with the data.
Aye. Sal, let's have words.
Yeah.
Let's have
Listen,
words
Big
about
Sal,
chipping.
I'm not that bad. All right,
What's going on?
from Joseph. Thank you for the great content giver, 5K friends. Thank you, Joseph. That's very nice of you. Joseph's been spreading the good word.
Thank you, Joseph, my man. Very,
pal.
very kind.
We appreciate your support as
Very
always.
kind. Well, how many do we have on the live? Let's.
911.
Right, 911 TXG ambassadors out there. The competition has, I'm not by any means going to say ground to a halt because it hasn't. It has slowed down
Oh
significantly.
yeah. You could use a little shot in the arm.
Yeah, we have got basically 2,400 more subscribers till we get it. Let's get that done in a week.
I agree.
Let's get
The
that done
sooner it
now.
happens, the sooner we get this thing going.
Yeah. So we'll try and figure out how we can kind of maybe plug that this week. Every video we're going to talk about it this week. We need,
Oh yeah, we're gonna go nuts.
You know, we need people to be subscribing, sharing the competition.
Do you know what part of the issue is? The contest video itself doesn't have that many views. So relative to the views, there's a lot of entries. Like at least half the people that watched the video entered. So that's quite good. And to be honest, it's really good. It's just like, I don't know if it's the YouTube algorithm didn't put it out to that many
Yeah.
people. Maybe I didn't make it clickbaity enough. I probably should go crazier next time. Should make another video and just go
With
ridiculous.
a little
on it.
update. A little update because we've got a few different things with the with the mattress and the
forgot
mattress
about the
and
mattress.
pillow set. Oh, and matching pillow set.
Did you find out the name of the company?
No. Actually, I emailed them last night just to. I'll just tell you right now because it will be in my sent.
I'm just
emails.
curious what it's called.
Andrew.
Pillow set.
We could offer a mattress and pillow set, FOC, for your competition.
Free of cost.
That's the company here. Riveting.
I'm just quite curious what it's called. If it's something I've heard of.
The Partnership
Millie?
of Legends. Millie mattresses?
Millie Vanilli.
These guys.
Okay. It's called Millie.
Redefining sleep. Performance is everything.
Listen.
Bandit. You need a little more performance in your bed. From your mattress.
From your mattress.
From
Your mattress is letting you down.
That's all, Bandit.
I'm
We're
sure
not
you're
saying-
fine.
Mrs. Bandit says you're fine. She just says you need to sleep a little better. And this will help.
And the pillow set.
Aye.
For him and her. All right. Back to the
Austin saying,
questions.
how do we enter?
I'll put the link in while Ian answers this question. Okay, ready? You
Okay.
answer this question and I will put the link in the chat.
Sounds good. First fit and soon driver only use currently a 910. Okay, one worth it to still go in the process of changing swing sequence with the coach. No. If you're working on your swing sequence and things are changing, definitely hang fire on the driver fit. 114 miles an hour, to be honest, you probably should not be in a stiff shaft. You'll be losing a little dispersion. You'll be sacrificing some ball speed. So you could.
So there's only 27,000 views on that.
Yeah.
So relatively, it's actually doing quite well. Okay, I'm placing the link for all of your pleasure.
Placing the link for those of you who have not.
Just spam the
entered.
chat with it. Just literally spam the chat. All right. There it is for all
There
of
we
you.
go,
Okay.
folks.
Grab one if you have one ready, otherwise I'm scrolling back up.
Let's see. No, I do not have one.
You don't? Okay.
Do not.
Actually, we can open it up to some new ones. We got about 15 minutes. We caught up, so if you want to pop some in, go for it.
Let's see.
Don't go too crazy though. 15 minutes. Don't go too crazy. Oh, I was going to say to you, at least half the people I watched on the telecast on the weekend were wearing a Whoop band.
Really?
It's nuts.
Yeah, it's wild.
I couldn't believe it. I knew a few guys used it, but it was literally like half. Every time I looked up, I'm like,
know.
oh, there's one.
I just think there's so much. I just think there's so much good information from the Whoop.
I'm getting addicted to it big I texted you about it. Dehydration seems to be an issue for me. So I spent a lot of time purposely like overhydrating, what felt like overhydrating yesterday.
Yeah.
And I recovered a lot better than the other day. So that's definitely a big one for me. I gotta drink more water.
Some kind of a what band? Bandit, come on,
A
whoop.
whoop.
Whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop.
It's the Band of Champions. I wonder how many PGA Tour players are paying for their.
Apparently they don't pay
bands.
athletes, from what I was understanding.
Well,
or not golfers. Sorry, I don't think there's any paid golfers that I know of.
I thought there was something where they talked about they had given a bunch to the PGA and LPGA tours because of COVID.
Oh, so maybe they don't pay for them, but we're talking about people that make $10 million a year. It's $30 a month. I wouldn't call that a paid. You know what I mean? If it was like 10 grand to have a whoop, then sure, that's a sponsorship, but it's worth $30 a month. So
Chris Chambers is asking if I have the Arcos Caddy link yet. I do.
Yes.
Yeah, it was on Saturday when I played 9 and yesterday when I played 18. Fantastic, absolutely fantastic. So much easier. Phone was in the bag.
Got it out of your hands a bit?
Yeah.
Did it work well?
Yeah, it worked. It worked perfectly well.
Good.
It was
Forward
good.
to trying it.
I definitely. You still have to be a little mindful just to kind of move the pin to where you need to. You need to do a few little manual adjustments.
You can tap it. You can mark the pin location just by pressing it.
I didn't see that in the instructions.
I saw some chatter about that. I think that will save you the time of doing.
That would be fantastic.
So you just walk by, like want to fix your ball mark. Oh, there's the pin, boop, and then it will know where it is.
Very cool. No, I think it's great. I think it's going to be a big sort of reason for people to buy Arcos. I think a lot of people stayed away because of the
Totally agree.
The phone in the pocket.
Totally agree. Okay, Eric's asking about Tennessee White versus Even Flow White for a hybrido. What do you think? What do you like?
I've not done an awful lot of Even Flow White, so
they're not on the wall, are they?
They're not on the wall. So I've obviously done a lot more with Tennessee White, so my that would definitely get my vote on that one.
Ian likes the Tennessee White.
I think I've spoke a little bit about Even Flow White though, in that it just hasn't been accepted the same way T1100.
Yeah, you were saying that
was. Yeah, the Hazard's T1100 just was never looked upon as favourably. Not sure why, because we never had it on the wall here. So
no field difference or something.
Not too sure.
Okay. Total banter. I'll take this for you really quick. He's asking about when I had a tendonitis band on my elbow in a lot of videos.
Yeah.
Mostly rest, bud. Mostly rest. A little bit of ice, but if it's killing you, you gotta lay off it for a while.
Absolutely.
Nothing else except stopping.
Curtis Smith dealing with a hook in his 3-wood. He's got an M5 weight in the toe, standard length, Tennessee orange, stiff 65. Do I look for X or stiff or profile stiff? You're 17 years old, 6 foot tall. I would definitely try and up that weight a little bit. 65 grams in a fairwood shaft is fairly soft. Curtis, obviously I don't know your swing speed, but just generally speaking, most people play a little bit stiffer than that. Heavier.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. Grab anything you see. Grab a couple more.
Let's see.
Grab this one from Joe, our pal Joe.
Ken.
Little putter. We haven't talked about putters hardly at all.
Influence strike point because it changes the CG, the putter. Well, it also changes the rate of rotation, and the rate of rotation changes the strike point. So if the putter head is closed, you're going to hit it at a different point if the putter head is open.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so it absolutely does. It absolutely does.
JP just got his new member badge. I think he must have hit 6 months. Congratulations. I saw a few guys with new ones. Whisker must have the 6 month too. I can't see it. My eyes are
Very cool. Where's JP's badge?
you have to look on your screen. You'll see it there. Speaking of badges, YouTube made an announcement that apparently soon.
There you go.
Yeah, that's nice. Eh? Nice medal.
JP, Joe's got the same one.
Must be the 6 month one, or couldn't be. It hasn't been a year yet, so.
Nice.
Apparently, you'll be able to use custom emojis in the comments soon, not just on the lives.
Cool.
It's coming. I don't know when, but apparently it's coming.
I'll look forward to answering those questions and emojis.
I'll absolutely be spamming the entire thing. There'll be nothing but emojis when you get an answer.
Yeah.
Okay, here, from Ruben. This is Ruben's.
Hey, Ruben.
So Ruben's got 2 wedges. Gotcha. His partial shot dynamic lie is 67. his full shot dynamic lie is 62. So when he hits a partial, he is more upright. Is that right? Probably grips down, holds it higher. Or is 60? Is it low? Is lower flat or is
I
high?
have not used dynamic lie on TrackMan. Have not used it. So partial shot dynamic lie. 67. I mean, generally speaking, I don't know anyone really that has the toe coming in more up on a full swing and more down on a pitch shot. That would be, for me, 99% time the opposite way. The toe would be more down in the full shot, and because there's a little bit less force and speed, the handle tends to stay lower through the chipping.
But this grip is your new thing. Regardless, though, you wouldn't like that. You're not going to change all his lie angles based on those things. You just work on your technique to make the standard lie angle.
100%.
Or whatever your fitted lie angle is. I shouldn't say
100%.
standard.
Yeah.
So Ruben, don't change that based on your partials. I would address why that's occurring in your technique.
Absolutely.
But yeah, don't mess with your wedges.
Yeah.
Okay.
A few.
We're going to grab a few.
others?
Yep. We'll grab those. We should have time to just finish those up. And if not, hang on to them for next week. From Robert. Robert was fit into an M6 Hazardous Smoke 70X. He is hitting it close to 300 total. Average height 85 feet. What would give me more height and add carry? Loft? Degree of loft? Half a degree?
Yeah, height for sure. Height, angle of attack. Both of those things.
Okay. So you could either keep it the same and hit up on it a bit more?
Yep. It sounds like obviously you've got a pretty kind of mid-launch, low spin situation going on. Obviously quite a lot of speed to be still flying at 265.
A lot of roll, right?
Yeah. So I would definitely, the way to kind of keep the distance, Robert, would definitely be to hit up on it just a little bit more if you could.
Gotcha. From Zach, tip weight versus lead tape to swing weight irons and wedges. What do you prefer?
If it's minimal, I'm happy with the tip weight. If it's quite a lot, then I'm more likely to go lead tape, just so we don't move the CG too much heel side.
Gotcha. Grab a couple. I'm just going to go to the washroom real quick.
No
That's
probs.
from Rob there. I'll just put it on the screen.
Rob.
Make sure I mute my mic. Hopefully no one can hear me. Good.
What do you guys suggest for a forgiving iron that doesn't add a ton of distance? Currently with my Cali Rogue, it's hitting your 7-iron at 210. Interesting, Rob. I mean, I always really like the Ping I210 for that one. Not one of the hotter faces out there. You can go a little bit weaker in the lofts and the retro lofts. I think that would be a really nice one for you to try. But generally, just use loft as your friend. Use plenty of it, and that should take away the ball speed and increase the spin rate a little bit. Dave, did we talk about Finau going to a 7-degree driver? No. But he's obviously tinkering a lot. I see a lot of shaft changing and things like that coming from Finau. He's kind of in a new Diamana. He was in an Acra. He's been in a Diamana RF recently. So he's definitely, he admitted it, he's influenced by what Bryson's doing. He's someone who has as much club speed as Bryson has. So he has potential to do the same thing. I just think when I saw him, where was it, at the Memorial, anytime he looked like he really stepped in one, he just looked like he hit it all over the map. And he's kind of got that little second serve swing where he takes it back 3/4 and hits most of his fairways with it. So I don't know if he really needs to change that. I think he can still hit 180, 183 ball speed with kind of the short swing he has. So I think that's enough, to be honest. John has a 22-degree M6 hybrid. Wants to try it a little bit shorter, bought a 95-gram Tour AD. How short can I go without the swing weight being too light? Yeah, half-inch would be max. You could always add a couple of strips of lead tape to the head, but I definitely wouldn't go much shorter than half-inch unless you're doing it with professional help. John? Kyle's asking, did the TaylorMade mini drivers flop? These things come and go, you know what I mean? These trends and the different ideas where they maybe recycle a technology or an idea don't tend to hang around too long. I just think, to be honest, a good fit with a standard driver will be good enough for what I see. So I don't really think the mini driver's all that necessary. Let's see. What else have we got? So a few more coming in. Ian, how much value do you put on smash factor during an iron fit? That's a really good question. If you're fairly efficient, we won't talk about it too much. If you're 1.34 to 1.38, we won't really talk about smash factor or efficiency too much. If you're 1.25 or below, we're going to talk about it a bunch because you're clearly not getting as much bang for your buck out of your club head speed. So Luke's saying that it would be a real shame for those JPXs to spill out onto the table during the live accidentally. It's in a really well sealed package, so that's the only thing. Really well sealed.
It's gonna have to wait. Sorry for the disappointment.
Did you get this one? You nearly got that there.
John?
Yeah, we got it. Yeah.
Any more?
Let's see.
I remember them saying they were doing the teaser, but I don't know if today's like their actual official release date.
I don't
think we should be showing them. Okay.
What else we got? Possible new video comparing Sim. Oh my god, Sim 3 to old V Steel. That would be.
I have an old V Steel.
That wouldn't go well for the V
wouldn't
Steel.
go well for I have a 5 wood at home somewhere, I think.
Wow,
but, yeah,
that would not.
It wouldn't be good. It would not go well.
It wouldn't.
Of course, it wouldn't.
I would. I thought it was interesting to see Michael Thompson. On the weekend.
Yeah. A lot of G400s, didn't he?
With our least favourite 3-wood of all time, the G400 in the bag.
Yeah. Driver too, or was I blind?
G400 LST driver.
Yeah.
Which was a great driver, just the 3-wood was definitely not one that we were a fan of.
It
but
wasn't
again,
the greatest.
It'd be interesting to see if they had access to something different, if the heads that they were trying.
The thing is, the ping staff players tended to play them. Like I remember Lee Westwood used it, and a bunch of guys used it. And you might be right. Maybe they just hot melt them and do it in a way that makes them work fine. But that was a bit of a spinny 3-wood. That's for damn sure.
Slow and spinny. Remember we said it was kind of really good for the senior golfer. But
that's right. You did say that. A little bit of elevation.
Aye.
All right, buddy boy.
Robert.
Any more last ones?
One more there coming in. Robert was just fit for a JPX 919, 2 degrees upright, got a used set standard lie, hit the ball straight and less fade on the course for 3 rounds. Still consider the adjustment? No need. I mean, if you're hitting it pretty straight, Robert, let kind of time be the answer for you there. If you start struggling with it, if you don't buy into what divots tell you, don't just, if your ball's flying straight but it looks like your divot's a little bit toe down, don't go change your clubs to get a better looking divot. You want a better looking ball flight. But if you're starting to see the ball go right for a right-handed golfer and it's toe down, you may want to look at it at that point.
Welcome, Joe. Joe caught my eye there with his membership.
New membership,
joining.
Very, very good. Care, shout out to Ian's pal Paul McKechnie in Edinburgh, who's been getting me hitting balls straight. Paul's a top lad.
Nice.
A hell of a player.
Coach?
Phenomenal player. He does coach, but Paul played challenge tours, one of the best players in our kind of tartan tour in Scotland.
Tartan tour?
Tartan tour. You've got to wear a kilt while you play.
I was watching a Netflix thing about the Highland Games on the weekend.
Tossing your caber, were you?
It's pretty funny. That thing is ridiculous. The one guy said that he the one guy I think who was the most successful, the one where they kind of spin the big hammer around. He said he tore his stomach or something one time. I'm like, oh,
no joke.
Tore your stomach.
And anyway, out that night and had 43 pints.
100%. Well, why do you think he can throw it so far?
Exactly.
All right, shall we get to the day? We got lots to do.
Yep, lots and lots to do. So today's agenda, guys, we have Jumbo Max. We were looking at doing an LAGP putter shaft, but I'm not sure if it's here. So we may.
The saw is also not in the build shop anymore.
Yeah, I heard that.
Did it break?
Seized up on Saturday.
It'd be kind of tough to do that without the saw. So that might not be today.
Yep. Anyway, Donovan, we've got an Olympic gold medalist.
Donovan will be the highlight of the day. Yeah.
That's all you need to know. Tomorrow we're outdoors. We're playing, I'm not sure how many holes we're playing, whether we're playing 18, whether we're playing 9 and then doing some videos. We've certainly got enough time for 18. We're out early enough. We should be able to scoot around in a fairly, it's not a long course anyway, so it's an easy enough walk. So we shall
TBD.
see. TBD. But it will be good. It will be good. We'll need to think of, have you guys had a little chat? You look about how we're going to do tomorrow to do it slightly differently?
Tried a little bit of logistics. Yeah, we got more to do, but yeah. We'll have to decide what we're doing first, and then we can finalize all that fancy stuff.
Yep, we're playing at Brampton Golf Club, my home track. It's in great shape right now. Greens are running nice and quick, really smooth. They'll be similar to Cedar. I'd imagine your greens will be running pretty good this. Yeah,
they've been good
this time of year.
It's like all the senior club championship was on the weekend, and then the other club championships coming up.
Did they roll them a bunch, or just cut them pretty short?
I don't know.
You don't see them out there? I see the rollers out there all the time.
I don't think I play behind the maintenance crew all that often, so I probably just wouldn't have noticed. But
right.
No, they're definitely getting up to pace. Now that the drought is over, they can start to get the mowers down a bit. There
was some questions I saw on what do we think of Club Link. Club Link is fine. I mean, it gives you lots of options to play some nice courses. I was a Club Link member for a while at Glencairn, played most of my golf at Rattlesnake, went up to Greystone quite a lot and played there. But yeah, I think Club Link is a really good option if you don't like playing the same course all the time.
Yeah, not a traditional private club obviously, but it's good
busy.
For variety.
It's busy. I mean, it doesn't feel like a being at a private club.
Well, no, and it really isn't, to be honest, because there's people from all different clubs. It's private-ish.
Yeah.
Okay, officially the last one. Take this from Stephen, then we'll sign out. Stephen has an in-to-out swing path and draw that starts on line up to the left. Irons are too upright, possibly.
Yes.
Possibly, Stephen.
Definitely possibly. And even if, Stephen, you started to get the club a little bit toe down, that's okay, as long as the start line complements the curvature and that sort of thing. So I think that would be just fine. Make sure you go get a fit, and preferably somewhere that has a GC quad where you can measure your dynamic lie angle and see how that is relative to your face to path, and then that is pretty good.
Lovely. A couple people asked about the Vice balls that I ordered. They were actually the 2019 models, so no, we will not be testing those. Unless Vice wants to send me the 2020 models.
We really should.
I couldn't find the new ones on Amazon, so.
Lando's asked, have we started collecting the sports cards with Gary Vee? Do you know what?
That stuff is nuts. That stuff is crazy.
I was a huge Gary Vee guy for a long time.
And what happened?
Well, just busy.
Oh, okay.
Busy.
I thought maybe he said something.
It's funny, he talks about it an awful lot. Where he's like, if you're not listening to my content, I'm really happy with that because it means you're busy doing stuff. He's like, if you're sitting here listening to my content, I'm actually more worried about you than I am about the people who are not, because you should be out doing rather. A lot of times in his seminars.
What does that mean for him, though?
It means that he's happy, he'll get his fair share, but if you're sitting here doing, get off your ass and go do stuff. So many people sit listening to motivation, trying to get motivated.
You got to move your ass.
You got to go do it.
Yeah.
People don't get up and go do it. So he's like, if you take what you get from me, and then you don't listen to me for 2 years while you're busy, that is the perfect scenario for me. He's like, I'll always get enough of share of the pie. So I think it's a really good way to look at it.
It's true enough, isn't it?
Don't
do that with us though. Watch us every day.
Watch us.
Don't take our advice and leave for 2 years.
Don't leave us.
I'll be upset.
Don't leave us until we get to 100k, and then you can have a brief hiatus.
No, tell your friends. Get to 500k.
That's right.
And beyond.
Competition, we teased it last week. It's happening today, and I'm saying it, so it's gonna happen. Hogan Irons video. It's happening.
We'll film it. Luke's going to film the
100%.
Instagram video for it.
100%.
Okay.
Dave's saying, what is the TXG address? I'll send the 2020 Vice sample pack. So if you send it to,
just go to txg.ca.
Jump into Google. It's 31 Scarsdale Road.
It's the Toronto location on txg.ca. Dave, we appreciate that. That would be great. It's faster than asking them because they don't answer DMs. Or does anyone for that matter?
Exactly. Okay, guys, have a great week. We will be with you every day
Maybe twice a day. Who knows?
Maybe it's a good chance of that since we are filming 2 days. We've got a nice little agenda set up for the next month, effectively, for 2 days a week filming.
That's right.
We'll have our Mondays and Thursdays.
New stuff is coming out from a certain company that we're going to be filming.
Aye, lots of that, and the outdoor stuff.
That too. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of both, isn't it?
It's a little bit of both. So we will be heavy in the content for the next little while. We'll be back to lockdown.
Yeah, video a day. I'll have
Video
to
a
see
day.
if it makes sense to still skip Saturday, Sunday, and release videos during the week. Because Saturday and Sunday they're so dead on views. I don't want to waste good stuff.
But I think I think looking at them on that day they get they might be dead, but I think they still get over the lifespan of the video. They still get good.
Sometimes.
Good viewership.
We'll have to just test it out.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a video, the jumbo match script. I mean, we love the jumbo match script, but in the best will in the world, it's not going to be a groundbreaker in terms of what we find. So that'd be a good one for a weekend video, light content for the viewership.
Sunday at 10 a.m.
Aye, if you fancy.
The real fans will watch it. That's true.
When is Chris coming in? Chris Vauchel coming in again?
Borders closed.
Borders closed, eh?
We'll Zoom with him.
We're going to Zoom with him. We Zoomed
already
with him
done
a
it.
few weeks ago.
Yep.
So I'm sure we'll do that.
But the border's closed.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
All right.
Guys, signing off. Have a great week. Thanks for joining us. Nearly 1,000 of you. That's
was
amazing.
great. Good live.
And get sharing the competition.
Ooh.
Let's get to
I'll put it in one more time.
one
There
more
you go.
time. There we go.
Hit share.
Hit share. Share it with your friends. Whatever platforms you have.
Share it with people you don't even like.
Let's get it. Don't underestimate those groups. We won't.
We
promise.
If it's a 1 million view video, we'll take it all back.
Absolutely. Put some on myself.
If the video we'll pull a Rick Shields. If the video gets to 1 million views and 50,000 likes, Ian will play a full bag of
Guys,
Jumbo
if
Max.
the video
scripts.
gets to 100,000 views, never mind 1 million, 100,000
Dude, it might.
views would be
You
incredible.
be careful. Okay,
Absolutely.
you'll be playing them. All right, see you.
See you guys.
Thanks, guys.